Today on 20-Minute Monsters, I am going to draw, what do you call it? Bone moss. This is a creature not from Dungeons and Dragons, but it is a creature for a role-playing game that's in development. So, let's read the description. A parasite that readily infects unliving bone. Bone worms can be found wherever there are unburied bodies that have been stripped of all of their flesh. They are nondescript little black worms that bury their head in bone as they eat and reproduce rapidly, creating the impression of a black grass or fungus growing along old remains. Impression of black grass or fungus. Okay. Growing among old remains. They tend to appear on old battlefields. When they are disturbed by living creatures, they split and try to wriggle into the bodies and find their way to the bones of new hosts, causing a long-term affliction that is difficult to treat and fatal if left alone for too long. When food becomes scarce, bone worms reform ligaments and little bits of connective tissue in an approximation of the skeleton's original configuration and wait for living things to come near, then move in unison and go looking for other bones or living things to infect. Okay. Awesome. Great. Looking good. So, my name is Torn. I'm an illustrator for Dungeons & Dragons and other role-playing games. I have a website, tornatkinson.com. You can go look at my art there. I have original art from 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons for sale that appeared in books. And they are mostly pencil drawings, but some ink. And you could buy one and hang it on your wall in your gaming dungeon if you want to. And I also have, find me on Patreon, find me on the YouTube, and find me, oh damn it, I forgot to save this file. I'm going to save it as, yes, I'll save it as Bone Worms. Bone Worms. Perfect. Okay. Now, what was I saying? Oh yes, I'm on the social media. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm also on, which I guess I won't put it here. Yeah, I will put it here now. I'll put it here right now. What is my Tumblr? My Tumblr is, let's see if I can fit it in here. I still use, where is it? Here we go. No, not that one. This one. Am I done with Blue Sky? I'm not sure. Instagram, Torn Atkinson artist, and what? Tumblr, Torn Atkinson. It's all one word, right? Can I spell my name? No, I can't. I've forgotten. Okay. Let's make this one slightly smaller. Can I do that? 30 point. Yes, Instagram. Tumblr, Torn Atkinson. Okay. Sweet. So find me on Tumblr if you want to, if you're there. Should we get started? Get rid of all this, and we can do a drawing. Let me make sure I've got my. Here's what I'm using. Green. Green is good. Green is bad, but green is good. Okay. And yeah, this is my. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so I want to be on this layer though. So here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna try to do this in. It's 1:13 p.m. right now. So if we add 20 minutes to that, that means 1:33 p.m. If we, hey, Bully, just happened by. Well, I just happened by too. I can delete these little windows here. So we're doing the bone worm, and so what I was thinking was the bone worm is infecting the skeleton already, and it's kind of reanimated it, and is kind of coming towards the viewer in a scary way. I think the challenge here is going to be drawing all the worms to make it look like worms. Yeah, this is a difficult one, but let's do it. It's 1:14. Just changed to 1:14, so we want to do 1:34. All right, let's go. Glad you're here, Bully. Adam also here. Hello, welcome. Let's get started. So I was thinking and I took some photos, but I'm just going to I took some reference photos for this thing. Maybe oh. So this is the skeleton. This is the bone worm, and I was thinking about giving him a crown. crown, 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 crown. So this will be the rough, I think. And then if the client likes likes this, then and we can have. It's always nice to do the jaw askew. And we got to do the. I'm fucked it up. I really fucked it up already. Okay, get those. Get that skull looking like a skull. And then we have to add in the. Okay. So there's gonna be bone worms coming out. Probably coming out of the eyes. Maybe. How do I make it look like worms? How do I make it look like worms? How do I make it look like worms? I'm not sure. These can be worms. I think maybe if I increase my brush size, it might be helpful. And then I want to have like a hand. I want to do like extreme foreshortening. So the hand is coming out like this. And so you can clearly see the bone worms. Let's move that head over here. I mean, I'm okay if you make a 2-hour monster. I just thought to check now. Got home a little bit ago. Thanks for joining. This is like the morgue, but with worms, I guess. I forgot about the morgue. What is the morgue? I also was thinking about these happy guy, the rot grubs, from first edition. But get like that same kind of feel, but the morgue. I recognize the name. I've never used it. Oh, you know what comes up? Something morgue is the Persian word for chicken. So all these morgue dishes came up. D&D. Let's try that. Oh, I spelled it wrong. M-O-H-R-G. Okay. And that is, yes, that's right. Yes, I remember this guy. What does it say about the morgue? I'm wasting my time, my drawing time. Took the skull containing only their animated viscera, including a tongue-like organ. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's cool. We'll close that. But so this is, whoop. So we want to see, so we can really see the worms. Maybe like they're even like a couple of them are like falling off, maybe. And this is like, I don't know. I'm gonna look at my reference in a second to see how well I'm doing it. And then this is the rib cage here, and we can have some more guys coming out of the little worms coming out of. I was thinking kind of thing like making like almost like patches of them, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Let's come back to that. Segmented worms, yeah, segmented worms, yes, I agree. Is it doable in 20 minutes? Probably not. So this is our little guy, and then we could have like, it's all just bones. There's no flesh on it whatsoever. The worms are the flesh, so to speak. So we can really have them like at the joints, especially, I guess. And then kind of like twisting around, maybe. So, yeah. Let's try that. Here comes Speed Racer. So this is the idea. A crown but no clothes? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe. Something like that? Maybe even more tilted a bit. Let me see. Okay. So I think that's the basic composition. Let me check my, maybe worms stuffed in the rib cage filling it up. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. So here is my, I'll just drop my, I took some references. You can see my filthy mirror. Just for the hand. Oh, I totally did the wrong arm. That's right. All right, well, let's redraw it. Let's just redraw everything. We can do that. Here, let me duplicate this. Because I did want to do it. Because I thought it would be a more interesting composition if the other arm was up. So we still have this. We'll keep this light in the background. And then let me pull up my That's mostly for the hand. I have a better photo for like the... Do I have a better photo? Maybe I don't have a better photo. Okay, so let's start with the hand, I guess. This is the hand. This is the one I'm using. I'm looking at it on my other monitor, but for your reference, there I am. So let's put that hand, and it's a skeletal hand. So that's also, and I could make some adjustments. So less fleshy bits. The fleshy bits, I guess, are the worms. Let's see how it works. It may not work. We may have to. We may have to go back to what we were originally drawing, if we can. So just something like that. And then how do I, let's put it up higher. I feel like this should be on a different layer. Put it up nice and high. What? Come back. Come back, Zing. Here we go. Nope. This is what I want. Now move, now go up. I think that's where we want to be, more or less. Let's change, let's get a darker green going on here. And then, so then this is our new shoulder. And then the arm, oops, be more like coming from, this is the bottom of the hand. This is I'm doing it as if there was flesh on it, which there will not be. And then yeah, I think that's fine. And then we could have the other hand. The other arm would be less like that. Something like that. So we could still get all that. We see less of the ribs. Something along these lines. Let me take everything I've got and zoom out a bit. I think that's all right. I think that's okay. So, like, do we want to put, we don't want to put a, maybe, okay, here's what we're going to do. We'll put a glove on this hand. This hand is gloved. This is like the only, and maybe we'll give him a belt. I don't know why he needs a belt. He's got a crown and a belt. Like a double belt is always cool. Just for a little flavor. And then, but otherwise I think the head is fine the way it is. Let me grab that head from the other layer and just drop it right on there. No, undo. Okay, let's, oh, it's, that's why it's, okay, never mind. I was doing it correct. Okay. See, oh, it's already there. We're fine. We're good. Okay. Okay, so now how to, let me see if I can adjust this hand a little bit to make it a little, yes, like that. I don't want it to be making tangents with the shoulder. So something like that, I think will do. Does he do, how are we doing for time? It's 1:23. We got 11 minutes left. Okay, so, and again, it's not a huge deal. So this is our new, there we go. We want the, let's make some adjustments on this head. Put the crown a little higher. Crown should like feel like is the hair all, do we give him the hair? No. Okay. Let me get rid of all that. Nope. Let me erase that part. Okay, cool. Okay, we're good. So now, that's our new ruff. So here is another Let's make it green. And let's go black, I think. And see if we can get some of these worms. Let's do this. This is the skeletal hand. And where are the worms? Worms. How big are the worms? The worms are small. So, I don't know. I just don't know. But they're going to be black, right? So maybe. What do worms look like? This is tricky. This is tricky, guys. Wrapped around here. This one's falling. It happens to the best of us worms. And I could do like, if I wanted to, which I think I might, could do like segments on the worms. But that's for later. Oops. So it's like he's wearing a ring almost. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. That reminds me again, I need to get Johnny Douglas's new release. Holding, these worms are holding all these digits together somehow. I'm not going to have time to draw, like drawing a million worms. I'm not sure about that. But drawing some worms, yes. And then the thumb. Bop, 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 bop. Worms. Dun, 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 dun. How's everyone doing today? By the way. And we can hide some of the worms behind the... you know what I need to do is figure out what... I need a skeletal hand. Give me skeletal hand. Here's one. That kind of doesn't really look like a... not sure about that. Let me go back to Sketchfab. And let me look for skeletal hand. Is that going to come up? Yeah. Okay. Great. Cool. Loading 3D model. That's pretty good. Just so I can get the... Here. Yeah. This is what we want. Okay. So let me... That's almost... Of course, it's the wrong... But I can flop it. I can flippy flop it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to screen grab. I'm going to paste. I'm going to move that over. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to delete that layer. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to Control T. And then I'm just going to transform, flip horizontal. And that shows me where the bones are, more or less, which is what I want. Okay, so try not to draw on that layer, Torn. Try not to draw on that layer. Okay. We're not gonna have enough time to finish this in what I was hoping. Okay, so but we're gonna do our best. Man, we are gonna do our best. Let's put another worm. Put another worm on the Barbie. You little worms. Okay. And then these are the, what are they called? Metatarsals or something? So these are the bones, which I can kind of just don't need to be 100% anatomically correct. But, you know, more would be helpful. And then, yeah. And then put some of these happy little worms in there. Happy little worms. Here's a happy little worm. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like, I mean, again, this is just the rough. So I don't need to get too in the weeds. I'm Does that? No, I don't like that guy there. He's ruining my silhouette. Okay. But yeah. Okay. That's that. We got the hand. We got the hand done at least, more or less. We've got 5 more minutes to do the rest of this guy. It's not going to happen. So this is the, what do we call this? The ulnas? The ulna? Is there a, do you have an elbow bone, or is it, you don't have an elbow bone. It's just part of the, here we got a skeleton right here. Let's bring him up. Look at this handsome guy. Hang on. There he is. I don't know why there's 2 of them, but there they are. So let's use this as our reference for the, yes, here we go. There we can see, again, I'll bring it over to your window so you can see what I'm looking at. We can see this is the elbow right there. Fantastic. Thank you modelers, for all of your service. So, I don't know. Be more twisted around, right? But also foreshortened, because we are doing that. So, and then this guy, and then the hip bone connects to the ankle bone. The ankle bone connects to the knee bone. Something like that. This is just the bones. We're gonna add in those worms pretty quick. And they'll be getting smaller, and they'll start to look more like hair. Or a shaggy carpet. But I'm gonna try my darndest, you guys. Yeah, maybe all this is just worms. Everything here. It's gonna be real hard to read what's happening in this. And by read, I mean, okay, zoom out. Come back, skeleton. The scapula. Oh yeah, the scapula. God, I love a good scapula. Remember the vampire Count Scapula? Okay, so looking at we're gonna get some ribs. We're gonna get the old scapula right here. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Oh, or is the scapula what's this? What's the collarbone? What's the collarbone? Oh my God, I forgot. Forgot my anatomy. And get some bones, some worms going on here. These are all worms. See, now we can draw the worms a little less. And then so these are the rib cage. This is a rib cage where we can have lots. We can have fur, a ton of worms. We can have some more falling off. Inferred worms. It's my new band. Hello, we are inferred worms. Not to be confused with the arrogant worms. Okay, so, and then this will be the we got a hip bone coming up here, and this is the spine, right? And we can just really populate this with the suggestion of worms. Almost like a big hairy mass under here. Okay. Worms! And then this is the clavicle. I was confusing the clavicle. I was like, is the clavicle the scapula? No. Probably people are saying things in the chat and I'm not paying attention. Let me go back. Oh my God. Played some tabletop RPG stuff. My 9-foot tall lady got to punch a normal sized human and that felt good. Nice. Bully is staying out of the snow. Later have my own art to do. Fantastic. Clavicle, yes, thank you, Adam. Scapulas on the back, clavicle meet at the stern. Yes. Sorry, the clavicles meet at the manubrium. Wow. Thank you, Adam. So we are officially at time, but I think we did pretty. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad at all. So here's the. This can all be. Let's just put everything here in black, and I could do like squiggles of... Can infer some worms. I think that'll... Again, with the inferred worms, and put some... And then a belt. Let me quickly Google medieval belt. Oh, and by the way, if you're not following me on social media, here's my Tumblr. Here's my Tumblr right here. I posted this this purple mox because the book, I got the author sent me the photo of the book with the monster in the book. I don't have the book. I don't need the book. I'm okay without the book. I got too many books in my shelf. But that's there. So if you want to get the book, you can get the book. It's called Bastion by Phil Tucker, and it's got a bunch of cool monsters in it that I drew. Maybe I'll put a link into the... That's what I should do. Because I live streamed some of those monsters on my right here on my YouTube channel. All right, medieval belt is what I was looking for. Images of medieval belt. Why is he wearing a crown? Nobody knows. I don't want to get too... This is the one. This is the one right here. Let's take a look. Handmade leather Viking belt. He's got a crown. He's got an adventurer's belt. Why? Nobody knows. Can I copy this image? Can I? Yes. Nice. Okay, sweet. So that's gonna help. Okay, so here we go. Let's put that belt on him. We got a buckle. We got a buckle here. And then it goes down, and then the other buckle goes. I can just like erase some of this stuff. Yeah, this belt goes under here, and then what's happening there? Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so it's not okay. I get it now. Here's the where this thing is going to go down here. Got it. And that'll go up like that. We can make even more room for this up here. And yeah, something like that. And this is the shadow. I didn't talk about that. I'm just doing a light source straight up, basically. I'm not doing anything fancy for this guy because I don't. Maybe I should. And then we can put some holes. Put some holes in there. Some nice holes. And then this is the buckle. It's a buckle for my belt, which is nice to have. And then this goes around the hip bone there. And I think we can just end. We don't need to do any of the other stuff. The fancy things. We can just continue. And then there's some kind of metal thing here. I like that design. You can copy that design. More or less. That's fine. And then we'll go over here. And I guess there should be another hip. But maybe, I don't know. There, okay. Maybe we put this hip in darkness. And this hip you can see a little bit more. Right? Here. Boom, 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 boom. And then worms. Worms, by God. You heavenly worms. Ba, 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 ba. So let's finish this belt. Belt goes like this. It's all very good. Wop, 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 wop. And then this one can go around. And just hide everything. Just hide it all in shadow. That's the way you do it. And that's basically... yeah. Something like that. Okay, so we got the belt. We did the belt. Some more worms poking out at fun places. Worms. A mass of worms. Something like that. Yeah. that's worms. Anything else we need to do? The head, the M, and the glove. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna research the glove. I'm just gonna. It's a glove. It's a glove. That is too long, I think. That is better. And let's put a little seam along the side, and this is where, I don't know. I don't know. It's become a 30-minute monster, and that's fine. I can put this down in shadow too. Okay. And some worms. Let's put some worms down here. These are the bone worms. Okay. What can we do with this? What can we do with this skull? Let me go back to my... Finished with you. Let's go back to my skull. I actually also pre-grabbed this guy here. This is from a... this is also from a Sketchfab model, which I thought was pretty good. Now, but I'm wondering, like, is that one here? Let me drop it in. Is that 2? Like, no, it's good. That's a good angle. So let's rasterize that. But yeah, that's a good angle. We can do something like that. Let me save my work. And I think the crown, maybe we have to lose the crown because you're not even gonna, at that angle, that perspective. I don't know. We'll see. Here's if I'm using the model I'm looking at now. Here, let me drag it over. Then you can. Problem is this is too big. It's got 2 dudes. I don't know why it has 2. But like this is also a similar. If I could get the axis point on this is a little awkward. It's making it hard for me to get the angle I want. But I don't really need it. Well, no, yeah. Like this here is like a monstery skeleton, whereas this is like an anatomically correct skeleton. Like all the teeth here are not anatomically correct, and the bone joints are a little less precise. But that's we'll use both of them. We'll refer to both of them. Thrice crowned worm. The more you draw, the more I like. Good. All right, so let's actually. So if this is the rib cage, here's our sternum, here's our clavicles. Let me do it quick. Let me refer to the. God, you're so annoying, Sketchfab. There we go. Something like that. Let me drop that in too, for my reference. I'm gonna get some neck in there. I didn't have neck in there before, but now there's gonna be some neck, so I'm happy with that. So this is our rib cage reference, more or less. And yeah, let's draw on the right layer. It's always helpful. So the scapula. Let's just say a scapula is missing. Because I don't want to draw it. Here's the. Yep, something like that. And then yep, something like that. Something like that. Okay, cool. And then here's our other ribs. It all works out. We're good. We're happy. We'll get some worms in there. And we're not going to worry too much about that. Okay. So now Where do we say the other? Here's the other arm, which doesn't hook up. It doesn't need to though, because you know what? You know why it doesn't need to? Because the ligaments are worms, and they can be not appropriately. This can all be just worms. It's hard. It's hard to read. It's hard to read. It's going to be difficult to look at, but that's what the creature is. We'll see. Can fix some of it later. This is just the rough. So now we're gonna get that neck. That neck. Right? Here's the neck. That's what we want to see. And we're gonna get some worms in there. It's hard to draw. It's very hard to draw these worms. But we try. We try. Just cover everything with black. Let's zoom out. Let's get rid of that. Does that read? Not really. Not really. Maybe we go ahead and... Alright, so this is the... It's the bone. And maybe we just fill this up with black. And we can infer worms. And that will, from a distance, I think that it's not great, but it'll do for now. All right. So I feel like we could just get rid of this thing altogether. Nope, not that one. This one. Delete. You're gone. Let's go back to our green. Let's rough in our new head. Teeth are going to be here. This is a 20-minute monster that lasted 7 days. Okay. And then something like that. Something like that. All right. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Get this right. Get that eye socket right. And then everything else is going to be gravy. I don't know. What do you think? Crown or no crown? To crown or not to crown? That is the question. It's not quite as cool as I visioned in my mind. Envisioned. Let me go back to this real world skeleton. Ba, 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 ba. Let me try this one. Maybe we have to do a super rough draw over. Oops. Oh no! I closed it accidentally. Okay, do over. Oh, maybe one's male and one's female. Maybe that's why there's two. Maybe I was looking at the female skeleton in this. Okay, here we go. That's cool. That's cool. We're good. We're good. Okay. Print screen. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna drop that in. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna paste it. We're gonna bring it up here. And we're going to... The only thing I'm going to change, I think... Where does the neck meet the... I'm definitely going to... The tough spot for me is the top of the skull. So let's do a little bit of cheating. Oh. And... do a little bit of tracing. make some adjustments. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted. Get that thing started. I'm actually going to move it a little further up. Nope. Wrong layer. Nope. Why is it not moving? That's because I'm not on the right tool. And that way, this jaw can be more. We can not have all the teeth in. That's fine. I feel like we're definitely going to have some worms coming out of those eye holes. Like I feel like I failed. Let's just have a bunch of worms coming out of its mouth. This is how we're drawing worms now. Big black areas. And then the rest of his jaw is down. It's down here. And I think that's fine. Where does the shadow of the bone start and the blackness of the worms begin? Nobody knows. Ba-ba. Something like that. Something like that. Right? Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. God. Too many lines. And then we can just, as we have been doing, I need to get better at worm infertile. Without trying to not do too many lines. But let's give this a nice stronger shadow on that. And then this. Did we get some worms coming out of here? I think the answer is yes. It looks. Try not to make it look like mascara, if you can avoid it. Climbing out. And another one inside. No. 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 Ooh, boom. Do-do-do-do. And I feel like maybe... Oops. Maybe we don't put the crown on. I like the idea of the crown, but I'm not sure it's going to work. Just one worm coming out of there. I feel like I gotta tidy up the worms. But for the time being, let's take a look. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get rid of that belt hanging down. It's not helping the composition. So, I feel like this is our bone worms drawing. I feel like I got a better handle on how to draw the worms as I went. Because it's kind of a mess, right? I think we can all agree that this is a mess. But now I'm going to go and buy some groceries. So I want to thank everyone who joined me today for this amazing episode of 20 Minute Monsters. Do the liking, do the subscribing. You know, I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit more after at some later date to make them look less shitty. Excuse my French. And on a final note, hey, America, get your shit together. You're ruining it for all of us. Just a little political rant there. I'm sure everyone here agrees with that sentiment. And thank you. Hey, Alan showed up while I wasn't looking. Welcome. Will there be worms in the nose or eyes? Yes. Not in the nose. You know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this picture. But this is the gist of it. Thanks for joining, Alan. The crown does give a bit of backstory. Yeah. I'm going to think about the crown. I might put the crown in. There's time. Personal opinion, but it works without a Giad. What's a Giad? Kill switch has dropped in at the last minute. Hello, welcome. And this is, I guess, I mean, it's going to be, what are we at? 155. So I started at, it's supposed to be done at 134, 44. So this is a 40-minute monster. Bone, here, let me do it. Let's do the thing. Put that down there. Put this. Move it down so I can have some room. And this is, let's do it in white. Bone worms. 20-minute monster. It's all right. It's okay. Torrin Atkinson. Thanks for joining, everybody. Happy to be here. Happy you were able to join. I'm going to try to do another one. Maybe today. Probably not today. Tomorrow morning. And hopefully you can join me then. Maybe around 10, 11. And we'll see you next time on the internet. Aye, aye. And goodbye.